My goodness, guys. So I received an email from one of our viewers, and this is happening so often. And this is why I have decided to make this video, because I've talked about it in the past, but obviously we need to talk about it a little bit more because people are unaware what can happen with gel polishes, especially when people do their own gel polish. So this is the email that I received from her. Can you tell me what's wrong with my nails here? I noticed in the last 2 months that my hyponychium was getting very tough and raised. After finishing doing my own nails, I noticed that they felt like I had slammed them with a hammer, but no throbbing, and there were no heat spikes. Okay, so the heat spikes happen when you're doing your nails, not after. So this is the problem. So I'm going to tell you right away, this is allergy to some of the ingredients in the gel polish when it's not used properly or the wrong products are being used. And the problem with this situation is that unfortunately people are not being told that this can happen. So when people don't know what can happen, they can't be preventative. They can't look for signs because they don't even know that those signs exist. They don't even know what's happening. And this is pretty advanced. This is a big problem. I'm going to tell you why, because this is not just, oh, now I'm not going to have pretty nails. Okay, so I was very, very anxious to start removing all my dip and gel polish off, but I had to know what was going on underneath, of course. And I couldn't find anything on YouTube that was similar to the condition of my nails. And I thought of you. Okay, because the videos that I have show usually, well, the videos that I do have show blisters and redness around the nails, and this is not what always happens. Sometimes what happens is that some of the ingredients can penetrate through the nail plate to the nail bed, and this is why basically what your body is trying to do is trying to reject the nail plate, because the nail plate is saturated with very allergenic and irritating burning ingredients, and your body's trying to get rid of the nail, and this is what's happening. It's separating itself from the allergen, right? So okay, so she says, when I did a full removal of my black colored gel polish by soaking everything off, this is what I saw. And like, you know, crying faces and everything. No joke. This must be horrifying. I'm guessing maybe I didn't cure them long enough due to black gel polish is very opaque. Yes, could be, but this is not just, oh, I didn't cure it once and this is what happened. This is continuous kind of misuse of the product. So, but if people don't know how to use it properly, they are not aware of misusing it. They're not doing this on purpose, right? So maybe it's because I started sanding band instead of my usual carbide bit, and on the wrong speed. No, it's not because of that. And I bruised them from vibration. No. And or overfiled my natural nails due to me being a left-handed person. My right hand isn't quite as bad as my left hand. Or is it allergic reaction? Yes, it's an allergic reaction. So it's a combination of things, right? So what happens is she might have overfiled, and when the nail is overfiled, it's thinner, right? So when normally your body has this much protection from the allergenic ingredients, now it has this much protection. And the top layer of the nail is much more dense, and that's the protective layer. When we remove that layer and we overfile the nails, then yes, of course, the lower layers are a little bit more, let's just call them spongy. And some of the ingredients, sometimes acids, sometimes HEMA, but there could be, we just had that conversation on our YouTube live yesterday, and people were asking, are HEMA free gels okay? No, they're not, because the other ingredients are also allergenic, and sometimes this can happen with HEMA. It happens fast, but when HEMA is not used properly. But it can also happen with other ingredients. It's just going to happen sometimes a little bit longer. But it really depends on the person, because if you have, let's say, if your immune system is not working properly, if it's maybe overworking or however, some people will develop this much quicker than others. So there is no like timeline that I can say, okay, with HEMA it can happen in 3 months and with the other ones can happen in 10 months. No. She says, I'm trying to grow out the damage I've caused, but it seems like it's taking forever now that I'm concerned about my nails. Yes, and this is going to take about 4 to 5 months, even longer, to grow out, because this now has to heal as well, not just grow out, but heal. I'm constantly counting the days. I'm predicting that they will grow out the damage by late January to late February. If you're lucky. I wouldn't say so. I will be soaking them more regularly now that e-filing product is off, and longer between doing my nails. So I'm assuming, unfortunately, she thinks that she can be still using this product, and no, she can't, because once you're allergic, that's the allergy is for life. And unfortunately, once your body figures out that you're putting these products on your nails, it's going to react much faster. So what happened to you now, it's going to happen usually much faster in a much worse way. Oh my goodness. Okay, so she says, I have put tips on them so I don't draw attention to them, and because Christmas is around the corner. Okay, so I'm gonna show you, and she says, it's discouraging for me to continue doing my own nails now. I've been doing them for over 2 to 3 years. Okay, so for her it happened over 2 to 3 years. For some people it might happen sooner. I seriously do not recommend it, doing your own nails. And I would absolutely not use any tips. This has to grow out, it has to heal, and this is not going to heal when you have something on top of your nails. It's terrible, and this is one of the reasons why I don't use these products, because I can't even imagine if this happened to one of my clients. If my client came to me and said that her nails were painful and I removed the product and that's what she had, I don't even know. This is absolutely horrible. So the problem with this situation is also that now that this is happening now for a while, it's been happening for the last, 5, 7, probably something like that, years. We're noticing a pattern. And by the way, she has gorgeous nails, like naturally, like you can see the shape and everything else. So it's so sad that this is happening. So now we know another thing, that when you have this type of separation, the onycholysis, basically you have kind of like a chemical burn to your nail bed. So body has a wonderful ability to heal, but sometimes that healing is not perfect. And very often people develop like future problems with that attachment of the nail plate to the nail bed, and they will then get onycholysis, even so the separation from the nail plate from the nail bed, for kind of no reason. Like it's just that area is much more than sensitive, let's just kind of put it that way, or more prone to anything than even sometimes moisture or anything can affect the nails. So as you can see here, like I can see that the product is very thick and the nails are separating. Can you see? And you know what, these neon colors, I'm not sure if this is neon or not, they can be problematic too. And this is why when you have the big brands, usually don't have neon colors, because the colorants, the pigments are, I don't know, they're not meant for cosmetic use usually, and they can be problematic as well. Oh my goodness, look at this, right? So there is another thing that I wanted to mention, and that's not a good news, is that unfortunately, because this is caused by the acrylate family and the different ingredients that are in the gel polishes. So it's not caused by gel polish, it's caused by ingredients, acrylates. So unfortunately, these are very common ingredients in especially dental industry. So if you're having these issues with your nails, you must tell the dentist that you are allergic to acrylates, because the tooth fillings are also acrylates, right? There are UV cured products that are used by the dentists. So I'm not that familiar with dentistry, obviously, but I know that they have to be very, very careful how they're using these products, that they don't create any skin contact. I mean, dentists, let's be honest, are much better educated how to use these products, and they're much more careful. And when working with acrylates, like I know that they don't make, like think about it, they're not actually touching even the product. We're touching through gloves, obviously, but when we're filing the nails, the dust is falling on the gloves. Sometimes, the sticky bottles, people just, they don't care that it gets on the glove. When a product gets on the glove, you should be changing the gloves every like 10 minutes or something. When a dentist touches the acrylate, they usually would change the gloves, from what I've heard. They know how to work with these products, and people usually have less issues. But now the problem is that once you are allergic already, even if you're using a safer product, you're gonna probably react to it as well, because again, your body knows that to be afraid of these ingredients, and it will react even to very similar ingredients, and then it happens faster and faster. So guys, honestly, I really recommend avoiding these products, because this can happen to anyone. And I really am not, this is why I don't recommend at all companies that sell to general public, because this should not be sold to general public. This should be sold to professionals that are serious about knowing about the pros and cons, and even the clients should be explained the pros and cons before they get this done to their nails, because everything has pros and cons, right? So it's not all doom and gloom, but people should know before they decide to get their nails done. And another thing is, like, I ask my clients, if people come for a shellac, so it's a UV cured gel polish, I ask them, have you ever had any reactions? Like, have you, and you know, if you just ask them, are you allergic? They're going to be no, because they don't even know that they can be allergic. So I ask them, have you ever had any redness, any discomfort after getting your nails done? So when they tell me no, never, no redness, no blistering, no separation, nothing, I'm like, okay, so, you know, we can do it. But if someone tells me that they have reacted, I would just not do shellac. I don't know. I think it's way too risky, because I would not want to have someone come back with this, and I would not want to make their allergy worse. Okay, so guys, please be careful with these products, and please forward this video to anyone who's getting their nails done or does their own nails, because this is serious. And I'm the last person to fearmonger, honestly. Like, if you know my channel, I'm the last person to fearmonger, because I am very passionate about just knowing the pros and cons. And in this case, there is just too many cons. It's just too risky for a general public to use these products, because this is what happens. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye. And one more thing, as I'm editing this video, I realized that I forgot to mention one more thing. So the reason why I don't recommend putting anything on the nails is because of this separation. So when there is a pocket, so when the hyponychium, because obviously here you can see that it's raised, there was a space, there was a pocket there. The seal is not working anymore, and it does not keep the pathogens away. So bacteria gets in, and that pocket becomes a perfect environment for the bacteria to grow. And this is what you're seeing. So that green yellowish stuff here is a pocket that bacteria started growing underneath, and this usually will turn more green over time. It's not fungus, it's a bacteria. Turns more green, and then eventually it turns black. So it's very important to trim this nail as much as possible, and to do even vinegar soaks. There was another video that I have about greenies and how to deal with them, because sometimes the greenie can happen on top of the nail, and sometimes it can happen underneath the nail. And in this case, we have underneath the nail, in that pocket, it happened. So there is more information about how to treat the greenies, but absolutely, it's terrible, because yeah, I would not be putting any coating on the nails right now, even a clear nail polish, because nail polish raises moisture level in the nail, and this is not what we want. We want everything to dry out. The only thing that once this clears up, I would use like a Isden pen or something, just so the nails look a little bit better. But you have to wait for this to grow out. And I mean, obviously, if this gets worse or anything, go and visit a doctor, a dermatologist, but they're going to probably tell you the same thing, okay? So sorry for the noises. The neighbors are closing their business right now. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. Bye.